Hello champions, we are going to do a little bit of review of sedimentary rocks today. Remember that sedimentary rocks are rocks that form from the compaction and cementation of sediments. Sediments are any pieces of rock, mineral, organic matter, or other substances that can become cemented and compacted together. This rock right here gives you a classic example of a sedimentary rock. Even though the sediments are large, like pebble sized, these sediments were compacted and cemented together. Processes that form sediments include weathering and erosion. Weathering is the breaking up of rock and other matter due to factors such as wind and water friction, or even things like acid rain. Erosion is the movement of those weathered pieces from place to place. So weathering can break down other types of rocks, and erosion can move it from place to place. Now these sediments, these pieces, are deposited out of the water, out of the wind, and then they can be compacted and cemented together to form sedimentary rocks. So processes that form the actual sedimentary rocks are compaction, which is pressing the sediments together, and cementation, where we have minerals that act as natural glues that stick those sediments together. And in this rock right here, you can see examples of compaction and cementation. These sediments were compacted together, they were pressed together, and minerals came in and acted as natural glues to help cement those sediments together. Now we have three main classifications of sedimentary rocks. The classification depends upon how the rock formed and what materials are in it. Classic sedimentary rocks are rocks that form from fragments that are compacted and cemented together. They don't have any organic matter in them. They're just sediments, pieces that have been compacted and cemented together. This right here is an example of a classic sedimentary rock. These all right here are also classic sedimentary rocks. You have pebbles and materials that are just compacted and cemented together. Sometimes the sediment size is really small, as in rocks like shale. And sometimes the sediments are a little bit bigger, like in rocks like sandstone over here. A little bit bigger pieces. Sometimes you have really small pieces like clay in that bag there, or you can have even a little bit bigger pieces like in conglomerate, where it looks almost like cement right there. But these all right here are classic sedimentary rocks. These are rocks that have been cemented, sediments have been cemented and compacted together. Now, another type of sedimentary rock is an organic sedimentary rock. Organic sedimentary rocks are made of rocks that contain once living things. These rocks right here are all organic sedimentary rocks. This rock right here is called coquina. Can you see the pieces? The sediments have been compacted and cemented together. There's shells and all sorts of different sea-like creatures that have been cemented and compacted together. And the sand, you can almost see like the minerals there that have acted as natural glues to compact these materials together. Now, some of these are just examples of coral, but the coral is considered an organic sedimentary rock. What's left behind from the coral once it's dead is an organic sedimentary rock. This right here is a rock that contains fossils. Any rock that contains fossils is an organic sedimentary rock. Here's another example of a fossil. Get to that one here. Yeah, right there. This rock right here, you know what that one is, don't you? That's coal. Coal is an organic sedimentary rock. It contains the remains of once living plants as part of its composition. And that's petrified wood. That's rock that has been formed due to the processes that cause sedimentary rocks to form from wood. There's another example of some fossils. These are all sedimentary rocks, organic sedimentary rocks. The last classification of sedimentary rocks is chemical sedimentary rocks. Chemical sedimentary rocks form from minerals that were once dissolved in solution when they crystallize. So these rocks right here all come from minerals that were dissolved in a solution that have since crystallized when the solution either evaporated off or they did what was called precipitated out of the solution, meaning they fell out in solid form because the solution, the water couldn't hold it any longer. Examples include like geodes that form from things like quartz and calcite. We have right here is calcite, which is also a mineral, but it's also a sedimentary rock, a chemical sedimentary rock. This is selenite. It's a form of gypsum. Underneath that is what's called chert. Chert and flint were used to make arrowheads. That's a material that can be used to make arrowheads. We have rocks such as limestone. Sometimes can be a chemical cemetery rock. This rock right here is halite, which is the rock salt form of salt. Halite, the mineral form of halite salt. And then we have rocks such as like kaolin, which is this rock right here, which is really, really soft, and it's used for things like in pottery. So some of the uses for sedimentary rock include like chert and flint being used for arrowheads, sandstone and limestone being used for building materials. Limestone can even be used to make cement and gravel, and kaolin can be used to make pottery. So sedimentary rocks are rocks that come from sediments that have been cemented and compacted together. We have three main classifications. We have our organic sedimentary rocks, which with remains of once living things in them. We have our clastic sedimentary rocks, which have rock fragments that are just cemented and compacted together. Things like our shales, things like our clays and sandstones, and even conglomerate. And then we have our chemical sedimentary rocks, which come from minerals that are precipitated out of a solution. We have things like calcite that can form in that way. Chert is the bigger rock there. Things like halite, which is rock salt. So please let me know if you have any questions. Email me. I hope you're all doing well. If you need anything, please get in contact with me. Have a great day. Thank you.